Hello, this is Broadcast One Flipside Talk Radio right here on your Facebook channel. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, Filipinos and everybody all over the world, Canada, all over the world. Thank you very much for tuning in with Broadcast One Flipside Talk. This is Chris Rod. I'm hosting your talk show this afternoon. And of course, we are broadcasting with the power of the internet. Heard all over the world and all over Canada. Broadcast One Flipside. And I've got my special guests today. It's a sunny 1 o'clock in Saskatoon, Saskatchewan. And I've got my guests here from, first and foremost, ladies first. Sorry about that, Papa D. Ladies, we have DJ April all the way from the US of A. DJ April!
What's up, everyone? Hi.
Hello, there you go. From Phoenix 6'3", and from Winnipeg, I have Papa D, our very own Papa D from Winnipeg. He's our talk show host.
Hello mga ka-Ayos. Yan, good afternoon Winnipeg and all over Canada. Good morning sa Philippines and wherever you are. Good day to you guys. You're tuning into Broadcast One Flipside Radio.
All right. Well, I'm kind of excited today. This is basically my second broadcast with Broadcast One Talk, and I'm very glad to have you guys, Papa D and April. So before anything else, let me just go to April, and next would be Papa D. Please introduce yourselves for our viewers.
Hi, everybody. Good day, good afternoon. Magandang buhay kung saan man kayo ngayon. My name is April. I am from Southern Maryland, originally from Cebu City, so Bisaya.
Bisaya.
Yes, Bisayang Dako. I actually am the station manager of Phoenix 6'3" Radio, and I love to talk on the air. What else can I say?
Yes, sir. Yeah, I know. I heard you yesterday. I heard Phoenix 6'3" yesterday, and
Aw.
I was very impressed with the music that you guys play, and of course, si DJ April talagang, she's very
Thank you.
pleasant on air. Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
And
Thank
she's
you.
got the Phoenix 6'3". Are you wearing a Phoenix 6'3"?
I am. I'm representing.
Yes. Papa D, what's your size?
Medium.
All right, thank you very much, April. Now we've got Papa D all the way from Manitoba, Winnipeg. And Papa D, take it away.
Ayun, magandang hapon again mga ka-Ayos. My name is Papa D. I am the host of Interordinary Show, or Ayos for short. And it's a Facebook Live program every week. And I also host events such as weddings, debuts, and what have you. So into the community, basically, for every program that we hold here, I host that. And what else? I also host a cooking show, a Facebook cooking show called Ayos sa Cocina, another brainchild. And I'm so proud that Papa Chris and I actually we brainstormed to have a Broadcast One Flipside Radio. So this is our brainchild as well.
That's
So
right.
let us just tell them the story of Broadcast One, how we came up with this. Broadcast One is broadcast. The CA, that's why it's capitalized because it's Canada, broadcasting from Canada. And the one is for all the provinces as one, because he's from Saskatoon and I'm from Winnipeg. And flip side is the Filipino side. So that's flip side. So it's a Filipino show
Filipino.
broadcasting all over the world. So yun, istorya nun.
That's cool.
I know we talked about it with Papa D. I know a few months ago, just when COVID started, we were kind of bored,
Yes.
just out of our minds, saying, "What are we gonna do? We're just at home doing nothing."
Mhm.
And I've watched Netflix almost every 24 hours. So once I'm done with Netflix, what am I gonna do?
You
So
ran out of shows to watch?
so we talked about it, and so we said, hey, why don't we just do our own brand of radio here in Canada? Nobody's doing it here yet, so we did an online. But unfortunately, with all the tweets and research, Facebook, Facebook doesn't really allow us to play free to air music on their platform. So that's why we had to go to another avenue. But the talk radio basically is a good platform. for social media, and that's why you guys are here. Let's talk about this afternoon. We basically promised our viewers we're going to talk about music, entertainment, and a whole lot more. Past radio stations that we grew up with, and all that stuff. So let's start off with how did you guys get into the craft that you are now? So, April, why did how did you get into being a DJ? And Papa D, I know you also love music, but you're more into the talk show hosting and all that in Winnipeg.
Yeah.
So, what did you get into that? So, April,
Well, so once upon a time, just kidding.
don't worry,
So,
we have an hour. So,
just kidding. So, growing up, especially in the Philippines, right, in Cebu, I was an avid radio listener more than a TV watcher. I think it was an influence both by my parents and the household staff, or just the people that we live with. And so there was just this thing about listening on the radio, and you hear somebody talking to you. Dang, that voice, he sounds so good. Or how did he manage to talk like that? It's so mystifying. Back in the day, you just hear the voice, right?
Yeah,
And it's almost,
mysterious.
yes, it's very mysterious, but also it's like having a friend. Like I remember
Mhm.
there was I think it was Smash, where they have like that jingle, pilot of the airwaves, here is my
Iris,
request.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, you remember that?
I remember that.
Yeah, so
93.9 WKC.
there you go. So I listened to it, and it was just so mystifying. So anyways, flash forward to me elementary, and we have this teacher that says, you got to interview somebody that is, somebody that you aspire to be, or somebody who inspires you. So I went to Smash FM, and I had I had this little, not little, that big recorder, and I interviewed a DJ. I just walked in there, and well, it was the same company as my mom, so I just said, I want to talk to you, I want to interview you. And that was, her name was Zane. And she was so nice, so sweet, so accommodating. This sixth grader who didn't know what to do with her life. And so after that, those little things, right, where it just, it holds a significance in your life. And so she was very, very kind. And anyways, went to college, took accountancy. That didn't work out. And so I switched to broadcast media. So I switched to mass comm just because I want to be a DJ.
Same with me.
Right? I just want to be a DJ. And I realized that our school has a radio station, a campus radio station. And that was it for me. I was like, that's it. I'm going to do this. And life didn't pan out that way. And so anyways, I had an opportunity to join an online radio station about a year and a half ago, I believe. And so because you just, even though I wasn't on air, my consumption for radio was so varied. I would listen to talk shows, I would listen to podcasts, I would just listen to how people deliver their thoughts. And so I didn't realize that I was strongly just absorbing it. And then, yun, I stumbled upon an online radio station which was catering to a lot of OFWs, and it was so fascinating. And it was called SVA radio station. So that was my gateway for online radio. And then, sometimes you outgrow places and outgrow people, and that's not a bad thing. And then we started Phoenix because we wanted to explore more with an online radio platform.
Soaring high.
Yeah, we try, but that was the story. And then here I am. But, amongst the legends, look at you too.
Just DJ Chris, not me.
when somebody says legends, you know what? I don't take it, in a bad way, but it's
Mhm.
just making a note that you're a bit older than.
No, no, you
But
guys
no,
are the
no,
OGs.
it's all good. I always take into consideration red wine. If it ages, it tastes a little bit.
Right, it gets finer in time.
Getting, yeah.
So that's basically April, just having that fascination about the voice behind somebody talking on the mic, right?
Mm-hmm.
Listening to somebody talking on the mic. Well, that's pretty interesting. How about you, Papa D? So,
Well, like DJ April, I have this thing for DJs, for radio announcers. Back in the day, I'm a radio person talaga. Growing up with the 80s kind of music, kasi ang music of the 80s is really different against what we're hearing now. No, iba talaga. So it's danceable, it's singable. You can go with the tune. Tapos yung mga radio stations noon, they have these DJs talagang mysterious. Parang, ba't ang gagaling nila? Ang gaganda ng boses. They're all modulated. And they don't sound Filipino, right?
Yes. Yes.
The likes of Bingo Lacson, the likes of Long Paul Howard, those guys, those legends. So I was like, growing up, sabi ko parang ang sarap siguro maging DJ sa radyo or announcer. So at one time, there's this two tape recorder. No, so one is playing music, one is recording. So what I did, I recorded mga kalakalahating songs. Then I recorded myself. So I introduced the music and then closed it. Like, time check is now at 1:17. You're listening to blah, blah, blah. And here's blah, blah, blah. So ganun lang yung ginawa ko naman. That's my passion of being like sa profile ko, as you can see, I'm a DJ wannabe nakalagay doon talagang. Wannabe lang talaga ako.
Wannabe lang ha.
Wannabe lang talaga ako. Kasi sabi ko nga, I don't have the voice, I don't have the talent. Sabi ko, ano kaya? Sabi ko, but my passion is there. So, one time in college, invited my friends to visit Monster Radio sa Strata 200. And then we visited the show of Boom Gonzalez. No? Ako yung pinasalang nila doon to greet everybody. So that's my that's my baptism of fire. So that was my first time to visit a radio station, a booth. So talagang ganito pala itsura niya. So you just by yourself talking. So that's make me more, idolize those DJs na how they do it. Parang wala ka namang kausap and yet you can handle the whole show, no? So yun, tapos and then nakapunta ako sa Pilcomson Tower sa Ortigas din from 103.5 K-Light because I always listen to K-Light during Saturday, I think it's the light wave. So nananalo ko sa contest doon. So nakakapunta ako ng radio station and still, yun nga, wannabe pa rin. And then fast forward to Canada, so I was introduced to a Facebook live show by a friend of mine. So we had a show, and then he wanted me to conceptualize a two-guy show running the program. It's like a Talk to Papa kind of thing, no? So if you're familiar with Talk to Papa, back in the Philippines, it's from Barangay LS. So there's these two guys talking about like basically nothing, just for fun. And I have my name Papa D, and the other one is Papa J. D is because my real name is Rodrigo, and my nickname is Driggs. So sometimes it connotes to President Duterte kasi Digong, so Papa Digong. So naging Papa D na ako, ayan. And then after a while, I resigned from that program, and then I started doing my own. I conceptualized a catchy program, madaling tandaan, and then positive. So I thought of Extraordinary Show, in short, Ayos, positive, so Filipino, and I started doing talk shows. I have my co-host, sometimes I have my guests, and we have topics every week, and we run contests then from sponsors. And then the rest is history. Now we're on our fourth year. We just had our third anniversary last December 2nd. And ayun, so naging media partner na ako. I was involved in the Filipino street festivals, media partners for concerts and for community events. And nanganak na rin yung isang show ko. It's a cooking show naman. It's Ayos sa Kusina with another co-host. So yun.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so one day, siguro, someday soon, no, I'm gonna be having my break sa radio station talaga, which is my dream pa rin.
and it's not that far because that's the way to go. We're going there in a way. We're just taking it a step at a time, just trying to see. Kasi one of the problems I see for especially for me is that I'm not a techie kind of guy. So I got to learn all these apps, all these things, and mind you, 15 minutes before the show, I panicked. I missed it didn't work, and I was using this a V8 system. I was like, okay, my microphone didn't work, so I had to call up our broadcasting, programming, and technical guy, our director, KDP. musicero, Chris
Yeah,
Dominic. So he was on his way home too. So he tried to give me a few inputs on what to do, but it panned out for the best. I just couldn't play the background music, which is
right.
kind of sad. But
Yeah.
anyway, yeah. So well, that's the evolution. From April to Papa D, that's always the evolution. It's always that interest that you have in your mind, right? The
And
Mhm.
if I
interest.
may add something to that, Papa Chris, with today's technology kasi, it's not
Yeah.
really broadcasting from a radio station itself.
Yeah.
We're now using the social media platform, which is good kasi hindi mo lang napapakinggan. You can actually see the person talking, right?
Yeah. Which is scary too.
It's kind of terrifying.
I know.
Terrifying.
Yeah, I
I
know.
mean,
Okay, before I go to our next discussion, I'd like to say to Myra Paran. He says, "Hi, bro, Papa D. Always ingat, stay safe, God bless on your show." So, basically, sure, Myra and
Mhm.
Peter Jason Guerrero from. Okay, shoot, Peter. I know you're from Regina, Regina, Saskatchewan. Thank you very much. He says more power. Okay, so now the evolution. That's what I going back to that discussion. It's always the interest is there, whatever. But we are in the entertainment platform. So you had the interest on being a DJ and speaking in a lot for a lot of people, right in front of a lot of people. But that's basically two sides to the coin of being a DJ because I myself, when I started being a DJ, I was so comfortable inside the booth. Nobody was there aside from my technical guy who I needed assistance from if I needed something. But he would
Right.
just be wait at the back of his technical room. So I would be there just talking to myself, which I was comfortable with. I loved it, and I would probably just have a figure of a GI Joe right in front of me, and I would pretend that I'd be talking to that guy. So that's my outlet and who I talk to. Some would just some would just have their mic on and they can just blab all the way all throughout. And a good friend of mine, Rick Orion from Ultimate Radio, UR 105 and Monster Radio, BT 105.9. He it was one of my inspiration.
he was
And
my crush. Just I
oh,
didn't.
he
I
was
did
your
not just say
crush.
that out loud. I said it out loud. I'm so
Your mic is
sorry.
on, April.
That
Yeah.
was the
So
mic was
Rick
on. So
yeah,
sorry.
Rick Orion has this Rick D's kind of a voice.
Rick
So he
D's. Oh,
yeah,
wow.
So
Rick D's
good.
in the weekly top 40. So he
Yes.
has that.
Mhm.
Yeah, so he was one of my inspirations as a DJ. He was very helpful in so many ways, and uh, a lot of the inspiration I had was from Howard Stern. Fortunately, it's Howard Stern, the guy who just talks and no matter what he says, all the things that he wants to say on radio, and he gets away with it. I don't know if you know Howard Stern, but he is just one of
Who
the
doesn't know Howard
yeah,
Stern?
Yeah.
he was one of the badasses in the radio industry. All right,
Hmm.
so now we got you to tell our viewers how did you start. Now, the next question is, why did you pursue that passion? And as we all know, being a radio is it's a being on radio is a lengthy process. There's so much not competition, but there's just like on a radio station, there's only three or four or five DJs, and there's so many that are wanting to be DJs. And then for talk shows, there's a lot of people that also wants to do that. But why did you pursue that passion? Uh, let's go with Papa D.
Oh, well, in my case kasi, back then, that was 2017, wala talagang gumagawa pa nung ginagawa ko, no? So no one is into live broadcasting for Facebook at the time. So since I started already, sabi ko, I will gamble, I will try doing something new for the community, which is because I also do announcements, like it's a community billboard. So I'm gonna do an online thing for them. Eh, pumatok naman. So the people kasi, especially in Canada, during winter time, wala naman kasi silang ginagawa. Basically, you just stay home and chill, right? So wala kang magagawa. So, and you're always on your phone. So, when I started the concept of having a talk show, I immediately think of the Filipinos na into cell phones every day, every single time, na naging pastime na kasi. So with the topics every week, talagang nakaka-relate sila. So after a couple of episodes, I can see that they're into it, they're engaging. I continued na. So tinuloy-tuloy ko na hanggang sa ito na nga. It's our fourth year already. And
Wow.
yeah, yeah. So it's not only your passion, you know, it's something that you have for the community na rin. Kasi inisip mo rin yung na-appreciate ka rin kasi ng viewers or ng listeners mo. That's why I continued.
Okay. How about you, April?
So with mine, so I am in Southern Maryland, right? So we have a radio station here. Well, at first, before I moved to the States, I had a brief stint at ABS, but it was AM. So
Okay.
it was reporting. Hard
Balita,
news.
balita.
Sample nga.
Bisaya, nakasabot ka? Kasabot ka?
Ay, hindi ko kabalo.
Anyway, so that was my brief stint. And then, so I moved here. Radio in the States is completely different from radio in the
Mhm.
Philippines.
True.
There's just different, it's a different market, it's a different style. So I learned that. Like I said, I just listened to it wherever I go. I lived in Vancouver, Washington. And so I listened to radio stations from Seattle to Portland, you know, wherever I am, I would listen to the radio station because it tells you so much about the community.
Oh, yeah.
Whichever radio station you listen to or whichever area you're in. I always say, look at the TV commercials and listen to the radio. It will tell you so much about the community. And so here in Maryland, where I live is a military town. There is a radio station. And they were talking about here you have to start being an intern. Same in the Philippines, right? But I was like, maybe I should be an intern. I mean, I have a full-time job. I work for a hotel. I said, maybe I should intern, but I need, I need demos. I need air hours. I need to practice. I mean, I practice. I talk by myself like I'm introing a music while I'm showering, right? No radio yet, like a normal person. And so, my
It's never
auntie,
normal to us.
right? And or I would like drive, on my drive to work, I would listen to the music, and there's that intro. Let me see if I can talk up this song. And then, boom, hit it. And then it's such a little joy for me. And so, but I was always doing that like a nerd. And so my auntie, who is DJ Jazz in our station, she was posting this badges and stuff on her profile. And I said, what is that? And she says, oh, we DJ for fun at this radio station. Huh, okay. So I was like, can I join? And so and so here I was, I was so ready. I'm like, all right, I'm going to do a demo. Do they need a demo? Who do I need to talk to? And then I was like, man, am I going to be good enough? But they were so laid back. They were so chill. And they're like, man, we'd love to have you with us. Now, here's the thing, though. It's that market, that radio station is, like I said, it's very diverse. And then here is April talking straight English.
Yeah.
So, and I don't know about you guys, but when I first started, I was either branded as social or Filipina ba yan? Bakit hindi yan nagtatagalog? Because I asked the station manager, how do you want me to talk? Is it straight English? Is it Tagalog? She said, no, we all speak Tagalog. You can speak straight English. I said, okay, that's fine. I can. So I treated it like mainstream US radio station, which was a mistake. But I just did my own thing. This was me starting out, and then later on it evolved into, I was starting to interact a lot with the listeners, with my fellow DJs. Mind you, this is like almost a year later.
Yeah.
And so I know, most of our listeners from that radio station are OFWs. A lot. Most are Filipinos. We have one DJ who is from Dallas. And so I started to learn that, man, maybe I should evolve too. So I started changing my style. I started talking. They were so shocked that I could speak Bisaya. Oh, and more surprised that, oh, she can speak Tagalog too. Yes, nagtatagalog po ako. Marunong po ako magtagalog. Kausap ko po araw-araw mga Pilipina sa work. So, and then I started to learn more about, oh my gosh, how amazing and awesome is this that the reach for this platform is not just local, that I could be here in my bedroom in America and I could talk to somebody who is in the Middle East. And
Yep.
then I started learning about what their life is there like every day and how much the impact of having an online radio station. It's just in their pockets. They listen to it, they have their headphones on while they're cleaning, while they're doing their chores, while they're working. And I didn't realize that, oh my gosh, this is, I mean, I respect the airwaves, but I respected it even more once I get hands-on experience and not, like talking to our fellow Filipinos. I mean, I'm an immigrant, you guys are an immigrant. So, we always miss home, right? And we listen to OPM. I just started learning more about OPM artists. Si Moira na mapanakit. Yeah. So I listened and I just learned and I realized that this it's a privilege, what we can do, what we are actually blessed to do. So thank you.
All right. Well, that's basically how we project ourselves. Is giving that entertainment to the public, right? And
Mhm.
we started off with, like, for Papa D, he started, the talk show, which is basically giving information and all that stuff to the community. Whereas being a DJ, we do talk. There's a sense to where we're uh, the time that we're allowed to talk, the radio is, are only limited on the hour or the minute that we eventually say something, but
Mhm.
it's more the music, right?
Right.
I heard, I know I got this from one of my bosses, can't remember who, but when I started with radio, I just love to talk. I just love really to talk and talk and talk. And I only have, like, I think it was 3 or 4 scheduled spills in an hour, wherein, you include your time check, you include an ad lib and all that. It's only 4 in an hour, and I would go beyond that. And I was called even and just said, we're let's talk more music. And I was like, okay. So I said,
That's just not right. Just
yeah,
kidding.
can, can, can you move me to the night shift, please? Like the closing, wherein you're asleep and you can't hear me talk.
You don't know anything.
So basically that's how it is. It's the distinction between a talk show and a radio station basically has its own features, but the talk show itself gives a bit of more interaction with with who you are as a person when you're on stage, because it's not easy to be on stage. If I would had a choice for being on stage and being in the booth, I'd rather be in the booth than being on stage. That's just what I want to do. But Papa D has uh, broken that barrier that he wants to be on stage. So, and April, I don't know how comfortable you are to be on stage, but I definitely know that you'll be more comfortable if you're on the booth and just talk, DJ stuff, right? So yeah, so that's basically those things. But for Papa D, now that we have our own radio station, now you're gonna get a feel of how it is to just be talking to yourself without somebody there, just the mic, you and your computer,
Right.
which basically you'll probably feel it'll be a bit more. It's not challenging, but do you have a word for it, April? When you're just
Or
talking to yourself,
when
and
you're just talking to yourself, it could be daunting.
yeah,
But it's fun. It's fun.
Yeah.
Nobody argues with you.
Well, in my case, we always broadcast here in our mini studio. So basically, wala naman tao talaga dito. Just talking about anything with my co-host. And sometimes me doing solo. Para din naman ako nasa booth. So it's just me, talking to the audience. Which makes it more relaxing din for me kasi wala akong kaharap. So wala akong nakikitang reaction aside from the comments which I read every now and then.
okay. Well,
Right?
well, one of the things that uh, our passion takes us is the plan and the goals that we do. The passion that we have for entertainment. So for April, what are your plans and goals for being a DJ, and how does this basically tie up to your lifestyle?
Wow. Okay. So my plans and goals being a DJ. So the plan is to obviously sustain and maintain Phoenix 6-3. It's our baby. So it's making a difference. I mean, we're a fledgling little station, so we've only been around for more than a month, over a month.
Okay.
Yeah, so, to eventually, maybe get more sponsors, have some games, impart, just make it more fun, make it more. I just want people when they listen to it to take away the positivity, that it's fun, that you listen to us and then you unwind and you feel like you've just talked to a friend. Personally, as a DJ, I want to I want to reach out more. I want to get out of my comfort zone. I am very, very comfortable in talking in my little booth. I renovated my own little library here, and I have a little corner, which is my little studio, and that's it. That's my little world. But eventually, maybe reach out to the Filipino communities here where I'm at, introduce them to Phoenix,
Yeah.
and who knows? Who knows what is going to come out of it. It's nothing is impossible. Before I was talking to my former station manager, and I was telling her, you have the airwaves, you have the people, make use of it, take advantage of it. If you have sponsorships, go ahead for sponsorships. You have some promising DJs, do some talk shows, like let the people shine. Because this is going to be the next frontier for broadcasting. We were talking, and she basically was like, huh, but this was more than a year ago, you guys. And then year 2020 happened, and everything went online.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, online was it was everybody's jam. And and I started laughing. I said, why don't people listen to me?
Everybody's doing their own vlogs. Everybody's doing their own thing on social media,
Right.
YouTube, Instagram. A lot of instant celebrities during this
Yes,
span
the
of
vloggers. Yeah.
6 months
Yes.
and all
Yes.
that. Yeah.
It's evolving. It's evolving. So, with Phoenix, we are trying to kind of expound, the boundaries and what is set for radio, quote unquote radio. I mean, we're online anyway, so
Yeah.
Okay.
you know, we're
Papa
going
G,
to see where this takes us.
I have a secret for you. I heard that Phoenix was expanding to Canada.
Ooh,
Yes.
where?
Yes.
We'll talk about it in a few. But okay, Papa D, plans and goals for you as a talk show host there in a personality in the entertainment industry in Winnipeg.
Well, for every beginner, ang goal is to be on mainstream pa din, ano? I still wanted to be on mainstream, either radio or TV or any form of entertainment, anything mainstream. In fact, I have guested in one of the radio stations here sa Winnipeg, an AM radio station. So I kind of get the feel of, how things are going. So, and then, kasi ang dream ko rin is magkaroon ng isang FM station dito sa Winnipeg kasi so far we only have that AM station. So,
Wow.
yeah, just the AM station. And sana, one of these days pa rin, magkaroon din ng exposure pa rin na sa mas malawak na scope. No? Like Phoenix Radio.
In the international airwaves, yun. Invading the international airwaves. Yun yung,
Right, right.
yeah. Well, I was surprised with Phoenix X3 when I was talking to a few friends there. April introduced me. One was from Bahrain, one was from Saudi Arabia. So I was
Mhm.
like, wow, Middle
Yes.
East. Talking about Middle East, let me just say hi to a good friend of mine. I call him Tatay. He's Wilbert Saison is from Cebu. He's based now in the Middle East. He's basically working also in the production industry, like videos and music. He is part of a school. I just can't remember which school in the Middle East, but he does all the tech stuff there. He did give me some pointers way back. So thank you very much. We call him Tatay in Cebu. Everybody knows him. He's a former varsity player and also a commercial basketball player in Cebu. Also,
Wow.
like to say hi to Edwin Rosales here in Saskatoon. Carla, I know you know her, April. Carla Kitty Sanrio.
Yes, she's our shout out queen of Phoenix.
Oh,
She's
nice. Yeah.
yes, yes.
Hey, Carla, thank you very much for tuning in. Irid Mosqueda of Manitoba and Clint Cruz. Thank you very much, guys, for tuning in. So, one of the things that basically we grew up with so many radio stations. We grew up with music that, for me, I've always been stuck with 90s music. I never evolved. I was stuck with, right now they call it old school music, which I
Same
would
here.
agree. If you ask me about music from Justin Bieber, I probably know one or two. But if you ask me, an album from Pearl Jam or all those stuff, I'd probably give you a few that I know. So for us, let's talk about radio stations first. Uh, which radio station did you miss the most that when they went off air?
April?
Oh,
April?
for so I used to listen heck of a lot, especially in high school, to Rick Orion when he was in Monster.
Ah. I thought it was
Oh, and
Ultimate.
then of course NU.
You are wonderful.
Oh,
And then Ultimate Radio.
Radio.
I listened to those stations, Y101, but Y101 is still there. It's still existing.
Y101 is always first. Shout out to the DJs down at Y101, John,
Yes.
yeah, and Jiggy Jr. and the
Mhm.
rest of the guys. Mike Solo, a good buddy of mine. Thank you very much, guys. They are inspirations. They are my tito. I don't
Yes,
call them kuya, but they're my tito.
they're the OGs too. And then of course, Killer B when it was Killer B. Now
Killer
it's
B,
Magic.
Magic
Killer.
89.9.
So shout out
Domino.
to Domino.
Domino, yeah. Thanks, buddy, for hooking me up with
I know. Thanks for the intro
nice
to
music. So
Chris.
yeah, Domino.
Yes.
You know what? Domino's a very talented DJ. He doesn't only talk on radio, but he's also in a band. Mind you,
Hmm.
he's a lead vocals for the band, right?
Yes, he can sing,
Yeah.
and the dude
Play
can
the
play the
guitar
guitar. Yeah,
and the juggle at the same time.
and he also breathes fire. Just kidding. Good guy, good guy.
So for you, Papa D, which radio stations were you missed the most?
Well, like you, I always listen to 80s music. Actually, but 80s naman ako kaysa 90s. No, I grew up listening to 80s music and with new wave specifically. No,
Wave,
new wave music, the British invasion during the 80s, and it's a wonderful era, I might say. Um,
yeah.
During the time, the very popular stations in Metro Manila was 93.9 WKC. So that's the one I always listen to. RMN, Radio Mindanao Network,
Mhm.
and Magic 89.9 because of the final countdown during Sundays. And then when I get into high school, it's 97.1 WLSFM, the giant before, and it became barangay, a campus radio during the 90s and early 2000s. And then 102.7 WSM and 103.5 K-Live. Those are the stations that I miss kasi they play quality music talaga, no? Some of them are rare finds, no? Hindi talaga yung mga na-release na singles ang mga pinapatugtog nila. Only certified new wave fanatics can appreciate, no? Yung mga music na piniplay nila doon. And it's sad because they have to rebrand kasi with the way things are going in the Philippines, they're now into the bakya kind of format. No, bakya meaning they're speaking Tagalog kasi before kasi the DJs are wow, it's
They changed the market.
yes,
The market
exactly.
changed. Yeah.
Exactly. So the DJs are always mysterious, talagang head over heels sa mga girls when they listen to this guy, to this
Ooh.
DJ, you
Never
know. Especially when Joe Mango is on air, you know what I mean?
Gosh,
Diba?
Joe DeMango, man.
So we miss those kind of stuff before.
Where
Na
were
talagang,
those girls during my time?
yeah.
I was so alone during my
You were in a rock station. Come
I-
on now.
Exactly. Hey, yeah.
there were rockers there. There
You
were
can, you can tell, eh? Especially when they have a caller, a girl caller. So when
Yes.
the DJ says hello, blah 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 blah, and then the girl will scream out loud to her lungs out. na, oh my God, sinagot ako ng DJ na to, something like that.
It was such
I
a
know.
big deal, right? Remember that?
Yes,
When you
yes.
get through, when you get
That's what I'm
through.
saying. Yeah, yeah.
It
And we
was
miss
such
those na, no? Those
uh-huh.
era na talagang DJs are really a big thing sa
Mhm.
music industry. Kasi nga, aside from talking, inahangaan sila before because of the way they talk, the way they speak. It's not really a Filipino sounding language, no? Parang ganon. And then they play this cool music. At kapag pinlay nila yung request mo, another plus point.
Yes.
Di ba?
Yes. Yes. When you get through and you're on air all of a sudden
Yes.
and you're talking to the DJ that you were just listening to a few seconds ago, you're like,
Yeah.
oh my
I
gosh,
got through.
I got through. This is Rick Ryan. Help me.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah.
And the
Yeah.
people are mababaw kasi, mababaw ang kaligayahan. Mabati
Yes.
lang sila sa radio, ma-mention lang yung name nila. They're all happy about it. Sometimes they'll phone people, hey, I'm on the, nag-get through ako, so listen to this station.
Well,
Babatiin ko kayo, something like
Yes.
that.
Yes.
well, what's fascinating is even with the new age right now, with all the technology that you can just get music anywhere from Spotify, YouTube, and all the platforms that you never download.
Yeah, that's another
Having
thing.
an online radio definitely still has its how to say this,
Magic.
its magic, its flavor to the
Yeah.
music industry, right? Having
Mhm.
Right.
somebody talking and then playing the music, it's different. I know for a fact that I've always listened to a few online stations, not from the Philippines, but more on abroad, wherein I go to a site and I go online radio reggae, and there's like hundreds of reggae online stations in Jamaica, in the
Mm-hmm.
Caribbean, and I listen to those feel good music, and that's my jam. Every time I'm away somewhere, I just listen to those feel good Caribbean island reggae music, and that makes me feel good. So I go online, and then you hear them talk. I'm so fascinated with the Jamaican accent. I
Mm-hmm.
that's second to the Japanese language. Those are just the two fascination I have from the languages. Last would be Spanish. So yeah, and one of the things too from my end was that I'm once a rocker, always a rocker. That's always been in me. My family grew up with music. My dad was a musician. My sister was a musician, and I was the guy that sings the right words but always the wrong tune. So and
Wow.
Same here. This is why we just talk.
yeah, so that got me into the music. And when I got to being a DJ, when I was at NU107, I fell in love with the rock alternative music, and that was just where I'm stuck with. I missed NU107 just because of the music that we play before. All the music we play from the OPMs to the international artists. Again, being stuck on the 90s and 2000 alternative, that was where everything kind of grew and was taken into account. The concerts, the cover songs that all the bands played was all inspired during the 90s. Now, not taking away from the new bands that are coming up, but for me personally, sometimes I just really don't understand what the bands are doing. Like even the way they check themselves and the lyrics and everything is probably just uh, closed-minded in a way that I'm just stuck with the '90s music. But I'm still trying to learn and appreciate the new artists right now in the alternative scene. So, with that being said, I'm just gonna say hi to a few friends here. We've got Kiboyski Libor. He said Ayos, and we have Noel Mabaet here from Saskatoon, and we also have Joyful Afan Trinidad. Ayos and stay safe. God bless everyone. Thank you guys for tuning in. And of course, if you want to invite your friends, please do let them like our Facebook page. It is Broadcast One Flipside Radio. Okay, that's the easiest thing to do. Just like the Facebook page. Now, we're going to. Okay, that was the radio station. Let's go about the genre of music on how you guys probably evolved. Did you start somewhere from just this mainstream uh, genre and then you move into the you move into a bigger platform into music, Papa D?
Well, just like you, like I said, I'm stuck with 80s and 90s and the music from the past talaga. And right now, if you're gonna ask me about who the artist is for this one, I really can't tell. My kids lang talaga nakakaalam na ito palang song na to is from a K-pop group. No, I didn't know that this ice cream thing is a song.
Selena Gomez. Who would have thought?
Exactly, exactly. Well, if I'm gonna be in like a True Blue registration, I can siguro adapt to what's really in demand as of now. But in my case, I don't dwell on the music kasi because I'm a talk show host and a cooking show host. So basically, we don't deal with music, and yun nga, I'm stuck with the 80s and I'm loving it.
Okay. So how about you, April?
So right now with Phoenix, I play pop. So it's top hits. I used to call my show Top Hits and Shenanigans just because it's an open-ended format for me to play top hits and also, talk about just random stuff, entertainment news, pop news, whatever, human interest stories basically. But I actually grew up with standards and oldies. Race you to the platters.
Oh, I love
Mga,
those two.
yes,
Every
Yeah.
every Everly
yes,
Brothers and
yes, mga the
yeah. Oh
Cascades.
yes, I
Mga,
love
Okay.
those.
yes, yes. There is a reason why Guardians of the Galaxy is one of my favorite soundtrack
Oh my gosh, yeah,
because I love the music from that era.
yeah.
I love
Um,
Groot.
you love Groot. And then so I love those kind of music. And then I used to listen to W Rock a lot.
Oh yeah, day and
Yeah.
night, the music.
Yes. Yes. Fly track on the
Yes.
radio. Yeah, and so I listened to that. So, and then also I listened to the my consumption for pop and top 40s are due to the talk radio stations that I listen to, like Z100 with Elvis Duran. Um, listen to Mojo in the Morning from Michigan. I would listen to Ryan Seacrest's show in LA.
Yeah. Right.
So yeah, so that's where I get my pop hits, right? Here in the States. Now sa Pilipinas, because now I have to learn the new songs and artists too for OPM. So when they were talking about Katang Isip by Ben and Ben, I said Ben
Oh
and
my gosh,
who,
yeah. I
right?
know.
And
I know Ben 10, but I know Ben.
right. And then talking about Moira de la Torre. I'm like, who is
Yeah.
she? She's so pretty. And then
I heard her music. She's really good.
she's really good.
Yeah.
And I didn't realize that the song Ikaw at Ako has been around for years. I just discovered it, you know.
So that was a more of a revival. Did she just revive the song or what?
No, it's just it was super famous. People were getting married to it. I just didn't know
Oh.
about it.
So she's
So
originally the singer of that song.
I think so. Yeah, Ikaw at Ako. I think so. Um, so I'm starting to learn
Those things.
OPM.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's an evolution, it's a journey. Um, but now I'm about to learn rock, more about rock. I mean, I listen to rock anyways, but Van Halen, I listen to
Oh
those,
yeah.
Pantera, the old school. So now I'm gonna get more educated because for reasons.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Right. All right. Well, time check right now. It's 2 o'clock in the afternoon here in Central Standard Time. Probably 4 a.m. in the Philippines. And how about Winnipeg? What time is there in Winnipeg?
It's 1:55 in the afternoon.
1:55. And how about you, April? What time is it there at Maryland?
It is 2:56 in the afternoon.
2:56 in the afternoon. So that's our
Mhm.
time check. Our time check is brought to you by us three.
Yeah, yung Tiger Katol.
And of course, I'm here with Papa D, our Ayos host and entertainer from Winnipeg, and from Phoenix 63 uh, from the US of A. We have DJ April as our guests here for Broadcast One Flipside Talk. All right, 10 minutes more before we hit the how to say this, end broadcast button. But
That went fast.
I know.
that's an hour.
We should,
Usually
we should
will
have a
go.
part two of this, right, BJ?
This is fun.
I
We should
know.
have a part two.
So
Yes.
yeah, I have a few. Actually, the broadcast would be Saturdays for a broadcast talk, and I have another guest, a panel of guests this evening. They are vloggers from Saskatchewan, where I'm from. They're from Regina, the city of Regina. They're vloggers there. One is Jacoby TV. He's also Bisaya. He's from Bohol,
Oh,
and
nice.
one is we have Janelle. She is we call her the Vegan Bay. So she will talk about more on what vegan is and all that stuff. She's into the health thing, working out and all that. Which I don't know. I'm not. I'm never a health buff. So I might learn a few things from her later on. And one of our guests is Rise. So Riza is she does more coupon stuff. So you want to
Ooh.
save money, you want to save some stuff on. You know what? My wife did that a few years back, and we did have a year's supply of lotion for the kids. We save a lot of money, and that's really good. It's helpful. So for everybody listening, if you guys want to learn a few thing or two about couponing, about vegan stuff, and of course Jacoby, he has a knack about food and other things, especially he is an entertainer too. So if you guys are interested, later tonight at 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time, we're gonna have these vloggers from Regina as our guests. Okay, one last question for these two here. How would you inspire the new generation right now of entertainers? Like they want to be a DJ, a talk show host. How would you inspire them? Let's go with April.
Ooh. How would I inspire them? Well, I guess the best way to inspire people is just be yourself, right? And you do you be genuine and you be sincere. So, funny enough, we have two youngest DJs in Phoenix right now. One is 16 and one is 17.
Whoa,
And
oh, yeah,
very young. One of them has been competing for broadcast competitions, I guess, in Manila.
nice.
Yeah, so he's trained. And so they go on air Saturdays in the morning. And when we talked to them, when we did our screening with them, it was the most serious screening we've ever done. We usually just clown around, but with them, I felt like, man, we gotta let them know that, this is serious. Not serious, serious, but this is not just playing around. I always tell them, the choices that you make when you are doing this, because this could be a work related experience. This could be like your intro to internship. You're going to interact with different DJs. You are going to be heard worldwide. This platform is going to be, your launch pad. So learn to respect it and learn to love it. And I love it when they're super excited, their families listening. One of them was like, my gosh, yung barangay captain namin nakikinig. And it is so amazing because, I was once that kid. I was once 16 and I was once, what would I not give to have an opportunity to go on air and actually be a DJ? Once a week, you talk to your friends, you talk to your family. And so I guess that's how I don't want to inspire on a bigger scale because that is so daunting and that is just too egocentric of me, but maybe just around my peers, that just shine and just be you. I am just usually myself on air, off air. This is me. And, if there's one thing that I learned living 3 different countries is whoever you are and whatever you do, as long as you're sincere and you're doing the right thing, you're never going to go wrong. So,
Very well said.
mm.
How about you, Papa D?
Well, as for me, if you believe that you have the talent, you have the interest, you have the passion, go for it. Especially with the online platforms that we have now, for sure, you can get along with those. And as for my case, pinag-aralan ko talaga yung OBS system, kung ano man yung broadcast system na available for me to express my thing, magagawa nyo rin yun. And just like what April said, just be yourself. No sugarcoating kasi at the end of the day, it will be just you. Ikaw ang ma-appreciate ng audience mo. No? And that's fulfilling kapag narating mo na yung gusto mong marating.
Okay.
Yes.
Well, yeah, for me as having been in the entertainment industry for a while too, one of the things I always say to the younger generation is that first thing is the passion. You have to have the passion. It's never just
Yes.
I want to do it and then that's it.
Mhm.
No, I want to do it because I really want to do it. You know what I mean? Like, it's the heart is there because I want to talk to people. I want to entertain people. That's the first step. Next thing is educating yourself, letting yourself know these platforms that you want to use. One thing is because of the day and age right now. I know the younger kids don't have any issues with technical.
Yes.
They're very uh, good at it. They would definitely research and know more probably on how to do things on the computer and the apps that they do, and which is good. And it's a continuous learning process of being an entertainer. It never stops from somewhere. Uh, my, you know what? For whatever reason, it is funny. I've always wanted to be the next Michael Buffer.
Michael, who? I'm sorry.
Buffer, uh, the how to say this, the announcer, the ring announcer.
Oh, that's
Let's
awesome.
get ready to rumble.
Yes, he trademarked that.
So I've
That would be
always
so
dreamed to be the
cool.
next guy on stage, announcing on a boxing ring, and I've always dreamed of being a basketball announcer on an NBA stage. Those are dreams that I had.
The annotators, yeah, me too.
Yeah. Last year, I had this opportunity. I was invited to play at the Staples Center. There's a
Wow.
There's
That
a
is
Filipino.
awesome.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a Filipino a game right before an NBA game. So a couple of hours before an NBA game, there's a Filipino night or a Filipino game that they organize, and they invite people to join in. So last year, I got invited. I was there in LA. I was there at Staples Center. And stepping on the basketball court was just fulfilling enough to step into that basketball court where in the Kobe Bryant, Magic Johnson and everybody else. But it was not a Lakers game. It was more of a Clippers game. But it was the same arena. It was the Staples Center, and I was excited about that. But then somebody just was waving the mic, but who was wanting to announce anything. There was no crowd. There was just a few people probably with the players and staff that were there. So I was just blown away, and when I saw the mic, I didn't hesitate. No second thoughts. I grabbed the mic and started just, hey, everybody.
Do
I
your
was,
thing.
That is
I
so
was just doing my
awesome.
thing, and I was just like, wow, my voice is now heard all over the Staples Center, and that was very rewarding. But you would wish to have thousands of people there listen to you. That would be
Yes, of
that would be
course.
awesome too. But mind you, even though with the experience that I have, when I was on the mic, my voice started to tremble.
Ooh.
The first few sentences that I blurted out, my voice started to tremble, and I had to compose myself. So meaning the adrenaline was there, kicking in,
Yes.
Yes.
excitement, and a little bit of I was scared in a way. But when I just go like, okay, you've done this a million times, no need to. But it's Staples Center, right? And there's a few people listening to you, and from the back of my
All
mind,
eyes are on you.
Just a few,
I
couple
was
of
just thinking too,
thousands.
like, if your program director would hear me, you think they have an internship here for this? It's those are just wishful thinking, though. But again, passion, the learning what the craft, and most important thing is practicing your craft. You can
Mhm.
never get your how to say this. It's a bad word that's on my mind, but I can't say it on there. You can never get your blank together
Yes.
Right.
if you don't practice every single day, and that
Yeah.
is what you need to do. on the
Don't be
mirror.
complacent.
Yes, don't be complacent on the mirror, in the looking at yourself in the mirror, doing your thing. You're gonna be in your bathroom, your shower, while you're driving. While you're driving, I'm basically DJing sometimes when I'm driving. You know,
Nice.
and yeah, so these are things that you need to do. Practice and practice and practice, and eventually you are going. When you practice, I don't believe that you're gonna get worse. You're always gonna get better.
Hmm.
It's the it's how you practice, the amount of time that you put into your practice, your training, that will uh, elevate uh, the level of success you're going to have. If you're just going to be mediocre about your practice, then you're just going to be 1-2% up. But if you're gonna be like Michael Jordan and how he practices, you're going to be the goat, right? You're gonna reach the level. So yeah, so we're gonna say hi to a few friends here. We're gonna say hi to Mil Mingoy. We're gonna say hi to Yana Marie Bulak. DJ April, first time sa wakas. Saw you. One of
Hi,
my
Yana.
favorite DJ. Wow, Yana. Well, thank you very much. We have Mil Mingoy. Oh, first time to see DJ April. So you are a very secretive DJ. Nobody's seen you before.
Wow. You have so many fans, DJ April, huh?
No.
I got two. Thank you.
Yeah. So Ruben Apo, thank you very much for tuning in. And yeah, so thank you very much, guys. Again, invite your friends. Please like Broadcast One Flipside on Flipside Radio on Facebook. This is a talk show, and I've got April here with Phoenix 63 USA. That's right. Heard all over the world, and of course Papa D from Winnipeg, and he is pinakagwapo sa Winnipeg.
Nakana.
Yun. All right.
Galing.
Yeah, I know. Well, thank you guys for being our guests here for Broadcast One. Really appreciate it and had fun talking with you guys. Would you have any words for your fans out there? If you want to promote something, go ahead. Let's go start with Papa D.
Well, watch out for our next live episode for Ayos on our fourth year. Abangan nyo po yan. It's in the works. And this coming Tuesday is going to be another episode of Ayos sa Kusina. And then the virtual episode kasi, it's still code red in Winnipeg. So watch out for that. And thank you so much, Broadcast One Flipside Online Radio, for having me. Siyempre, our brainchild pa rin.
That's right.
Siyempre. And I hope, DJ Chris, this is not the last episode. Oh. And we miss you here, DJ Ro. I hope you're listening. I hope you're watching. And see you next time.
Yes, we do have DJ Ro on our lineup here this afternoon, but fortunately, just for family emergency, he was not able to make it. I hope everything's okay. So DJ Ro, next time you're not gonna escape this. You're gonna be part of our guesting later on. We're not gonna. There's a few more DJs that we're gonna invite. Basically, we're gonna invite Howard Stern, Rick Orion. No, I'm just kidding.
Can I
So
be on the same panel with Rick
yeah, we
Orion?
hope so. If Howard Stern will be here, wow, he will be interviewing me. He's gonna suck. And how about you, April? Any promotions or words for your fans out there?
Oh, real quick though, if Rick Orion shows up for your show, I want to be part of the panel. Just kidding.
He will be. He will be. I'm pretty sure he will be.
Oh
I
my
call him mommy. We
goodness.
we call each other mommy ever since we started on radio. I For whatever reason, it's just when we see each other, it's like mommy, and then
Oh,
yeah. So
that
he's
is
my
so
mommy.
cool. Well, tell him I said hi. He doesn't know me, but I know him. Just kidding. But thank you so much, Broadcast One Flipside, for having me here. This is fun. I
It
was
is
kind of
fun. Yeah.
scared with the video, but I have fun. And you guys, to everybody that is watching us, hello. And please, if you have time, Phoenix 63 Radio. Tomorrow, I have a talk show with DJ Mill, Hugotero in Inglesera. So, Riot yan, 10 o'clock p.m. Philippine time onwards. And then, if you're bored, if you want to listen to a bunch of DJs, pursuing their passion and making people happy, phoenix63radio.com. Thank you.
Yeah, well, thank you, Phoenix 63, for that platform on giving the stage to the younger generation and people aspiring to be entertainers, part of the industry. and that is a very good platform. We're saying hi to a few Pahabo here. We have Eric Lee Galvez and Cesar de la Cruz Jr. Thank you very much. Mill, yeah, he's here. Mill,
Hi, Mil. Yeah, sabi niya, supporting our SM April, Chris Rod and Papa D. Hello, Mil.
thank you very much, Mill. For I talked with Mill yesterday. Thank you very much for tuning in, and of course KDP Musiquero, Chris Dominic. He's our production and technical director here. He's helping us out with all the things that I don't know, which is 90% of the system. I
I'd like
only
to
know.
give a shout out to Joey Moreno from Halifax. He's watching.
All right, Joey. Okay.
Oh, real quick, shout out to DJ Jazz and DJ L in Israel. They're listening to or they're watching. So thank you.
And to George Ortega from Regina. He's okay. George, are you watching? Or are you washing? Okay. If you're washing clothes or washing dishes, you're good. You're
Multitasking.
yeah, multitasking and also watching.
Pwede naman daw iwan yun while it's rolling.
Yeah, I know. Well, anyways, again, guys, this is Broadcast One Flipside Talk Radio, our talk show here in Canada, from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, heard all over the world, together with Papa D, which will be, we're gonna streamline or have our more, I'll say this,
Episodes.
our the more episodes, and of course, we're gonna have a structure on where we're gonna go with this and our
Yeah.
grand launch later on. Watch out for our special guests. Not gonna say who, but they are very very excited to be part of our grand launch, and the date will be announced later on. Again, invite your friends, please. Do let them like our Facebook page. It's at Broadcast One Flipside Radio. Okay. And later on tonight, again, I'm going to have a couple of guests, three of them to be exact. I have Jacoby TV, I have Vegan Bay, and Coupon Bay from Regina. They are all vloggers from Regina. Let's see why they started doing their vlog and what their vlogs are all about. And really, up until now, I'm still blown by what does vlog even mean. So we're gonna talk about that later. What does vlog even mean, and who even invented the word vlog? All right.
Where do they get their contents, right? Yeah.
Yeah, where? Come on, we're gonna let you guys know more of that information. It's a learning experience for me and for all of you who's gonna be listening to us. 8 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time for you in the
Tune in.
Philippines. It's gonna be around 10 o'clock in the morning, and yeah, for the rest of the world, just follow the Central Standard Time. So this is Broadcast One Flipside Online Talk Radio. Thank you very much, Papa D from Winnipeg and DJ April from Phoenix 63 US Bay. Thank you very much for joining us in here for our talk session. And of course, Broadcast One is heard all over Canada and all over the world through the power of the internet. This is Broadcast One Flipside Online Radio. Chris Rod saying goodbye and thank you very much. Stay safe out there. Love you guys. Bye now.
Woo!
Okay, clap, hands, clap, clap, clap. Yeah, there you go.
Ayos.
So,